After being rained out a couple of weeks ago, Heston Speedway was able to host their three-state Flyers Super Late Model race on Sunday. So let's get to some highlights from their 51-lap event. A redraw would put the number 10 of Alex Ferree on the pole position. To his outside was the 2J of Jeff Ryan. As they go into 1 and 2, Ryan tries to power by Ferree on the outside, but to no avail. The 3 of Tim Wilson and 43 of Jason Covert run 3rd and 4th respectively. It would only take Ryan another lap to take over the lead, while Greg Satterley in the black 22 has moved up to 3rd. The caution flies for Nick Dixon, who got turned around in the middle of turns 3 and 4. He would go to the rear of the field. On the restart, Satterley would look low under Ferree and power off of 2 and into the runner-up spot. Wilson is 4th, while the 12 of Devin Freese battles Covert for 5th, with Matt Parks in the 15 in close pursuit. Drivers steadily working their way through the field included the 8 of Scott LeBaron, here taking a spot from Ferree. Another one was Jeremy Miller in the black number 1, who raced Covert for a spot in the top 10 early on. On a lap 9 restart, LeBaron is able to take 3rd away from Freese, while Ryan and Satterley are still running 1 and 2. Jason Covert gets tangled in a multi-car incident on lap 11. On the ensuing restart, Satterley is able to work the outside of Ryan through 1 and 2 and power his way to the lead. While Satterley and Ryan ran 1st and 2nd for a number of laps, Nick Dixon continued to work his way through the field after being relegated to the rear of the field for an earlier incident. By this lap 30 restart, Dixon is in 4th and squeezes past LeBaron going into turn 1. He works the bottom to challenge Ryan. As the laps wound down, it was Satterley, Ryan, and Dixon in the top 3 positions. Ryan goes to the outside of a lapped machine, opening the door for Dixon to take over 2nd. It would later be Satterley's turn to get hung up behind lap traffic. He makes contact with Bob Dunn off of turn 2, allowing Dixon to move to their outside and into the top spot. Down the stretch, Nick Dixon would hold off Greg Satterley to pick up the victory. Congratulations on the win, Nick. I have to say that was one of the most impressive victories I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was after we got turned around there early in the race. I almost parked the thing. I thought, boy, you know, we got a long road to go. But then in the back of my mind, I thought, hey, it's 51 laps. Let's go for it. We come back and it surprised me really. Once we started picking the cars off, next thing I know, hey, we're in the top 12, and then there were some restarts and double file, restarts that really helped me. So usually I get burnt on the double file restarts. Tonight it worked well for us.
You also worked the lap traffic pretty well there to be able to pick off those last 2 spots.
Yeah, the other night we were at Lincoln, and I really got burnt by lap traffic. Sometimes they're your best friend. Sometimes, like the other night, was my enemy. But sometimes it's better to be running 2nd whenever you get the lap traffic, and that's what the other night it happened to me, and now tonight took home the money because of it. So
I was gonna say, was this a little bit of redemption after the heartbreak on Wednesday?
Yeah, I replayed that show at Lincoln with McCready probably 50 times the next day in my head. What could I do different? It is what it is. So, yeah, this helps the wound that we made for ourselves at Lincoln.
Well, no one can say this track wasn't racing. Not only what you accomplished, but there were a number of drivers who came from the back to the front.
Yeah, I was surprised. It took rubber, and usually you have one lane, like freight train racing, and coming from the back, and maybe that helped me because I thought it was going to take rubber, and maybe some of them guys just didn't set up for on the rubber, and they push, and I was just capitalizing whenever they would make a mistake. But I passed a lot on the restart, and it was pretty fun. So anytime you win, it's always fun. So.
Here's your top 5. Mike Lufer started 22nd, but finished in the 5th position. Well, there were some highlights from Sunday night's racing action at Heston Speedway. When Jan returns with me in the next segment, we will go back to Wednesday night at Lincoln Speedway for the 358 late models in action. And we will also take a look at some special events for this upcoming week. Keep it here.
When you think golf carts, think Jake's Custom Golf Carts. With over 300 stock and lifted carts at their shop, you'll find the cart you need or have Jake's build one to your specs. custom airbrushing, lift kits, sport shifters, rear seats. You name it, with the expertise and craftsmanship people have come to expect from Jake's. Come see for yourself why Jake's is the nation's premier golf cart provider. Jake's Golf Carts, Route 522 McVaytown. Online at jakesgolfcarts.com.